What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Duran Duran, and we're going back for another bonus track on their 2010 album, All You Need Is Now. Once again, this is not a track I have on my deluxe edition right here, but Philip has helped me access a number of the bonus tracks, so shout out to Philip once again. So yeah, we're going to listen to a remix of the title track, All You Need Is Now. The remix is styled as the Youth Kills mix, sort of like an edgy subtitle. I enjoy that, although it doesn't necessarily suggest any particular remix flavor. Maybe it could have like a more like maybe harder, like edged, like rock sound. Maybe it could be a dance remix. A number of the tracks that I've listened to where they were remixes of a Duran tune from an album, they've turned out to be sort of dance oriented, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I don't know much about this one outside of that subtitle name, so I think it was Izzy was saying that for the most part, except for some of the Carnival and the Night remixes like early on, or the Night mix, that they largely haven't had anything to do with the remixes. Like basically the label gives them to, like proper like remix artists, people who make like 12-inch like dance floor versions, and other types of remixes. So as far as I know, this won't be Duran themselves like reproducing their own tune, but perhaps someone else. But if you do have information on this one, shout it out, let me know. But let's get to it. As I said, this is the Youth Kills mix of All You Need Is Now, the title track on the album of the same name by Duran Duran 2010. I'm thinking dance remix is feeling very likely. Big kind of electric. Yeah. It does sound like post-2000 trance. Little metallic buzz in there. Again, to me, this is not house. This is like either trance or like Euro dance, but like the pace is faster than house typically is. Like the high percussion is like really notable in that section. Typically it's more of a supporting layer, but in that section it was really standing out to me. It was like the hi-hats were like sprinklers. High synth, I love it. I wondered if it was going to do a full stop there, but I think we're going to get a dissembling outro. Oh, the bass. Oh, I love that. It's, you know, I listen to a lot of techno and trance and hardcore and other electronic styles, obviously. And sometimes that happens. Like, sometimes my favorite parts of tracks can be like the sort of secondary intro or part of the outro, meaning not the main part of the track where the main melody or the main acid line or the real sort of fireworks of the track happen, but often where like they've introduced one or two of the ingredients, but it's still a relatively stripped down, either about to build up, or if it's the outro, you know, just having dissembled or dismantled a little. But the reason I tend to like a lot of those parts in a lot of tunes is because in those parts, whether it's like an acid snarl or a bass line such as here, the particular ingredients will stand out a lot more than when you get to the main fireworks part, where there's, you know, 7 or 8 different layers, and some of them are louder than others, and, you know, you're kind of hearing the composite, like all the parts together. So yeah, I tend to like parts of tunes where you can really key in on 1 or 2 of the layers that may be there for the rest of the tune, but in that moment and in that particular configuration of the tune, it'll really come to the fore. And so that, like, the outro, the bass line, which was there kind of doing that sort of rapid kind of staccato bass the whole time, but it really stood out at the end. So I enjoyed it a lot. What I was thinking when I said I'll mention it after the tune is that the original and the live version that I also reacted to on the A Diamond in the Mind live album from 2011, it's the contrast of the tune, because part of it is very like smooth and golden and sort of floaty, but there's that hard kind of like dissonant, like with that, you know, that synth layer, and this version of the tune didn't really try to take too much from that part of the track. So most of this tune felt smooth and golden, and, you know, used the vocals very well, I will say. And I did enjoy it. Like I said, to me it was sort of like on the edge of like vocal trance. It had more of a trance sound than a house sound. Feel free to disagree. But again, like, I feel like part of the original tune was a bit lost because it didn't have that wicked turn that comes back at multiple points throughout the original. So I enjoyed it a great deal. It had a very epic kind of trance feel, and I like epic trance, so to me the sonics were great. But knowing the original, I kept waiting to see if there'd be like at least one little interlude where it kind of took on that more wicked, dissonant sound. But yeah, it seemed to just use more the consonant part of the tune. So I enjoyed it a great deal. Again, it's a very different kind of tune than the original, in terms of this is definitely more, I think, oriented for like a electronic dance floor type of environment. So yeah, let me know what you think. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.